Hey y'all, it's Natalie, and I am here for day one of the Books, Brains, and Bad Puns Back to School Hop, hosted by my friend Sara Scraps. Sara is so awesome, and she always puts on a great hop for us every year. This year it was 2, so I'll be participating in both days. You'll see another layout from me tomorrow. I have this photo of Heath. He went to middle school this year, y'all. I'm so sad. I think when I started participating in this hop, he was maybe in 1st grade. Oh, it makes me sad. So I have this notebook paper in a cream. This one's actually from my stash because I couldn't bring myself to use one of the full page 12 by 12 from the Academia collection by 49 and Market because the other side had a pattern that I think I would like to use someday. But this fun cut file is from a cherry on top. It says bruh. There's also one that says bro. They come together. But Rachel was like, I thought of you when I made this. And I was so excited because I was like, yes, I know I will use it. And then I made that little game. Up at the top, you can see it looks like a Switch console. So I am backing the cut file with this school supply paper from 49 and Market Academia collection. I adore this collection. It was so easy for me to work with this, and I had a lot of fun with it. So you'll see a lot of this from me coming up. So I'm going to stick that down and cut it out. And so I'm kind of combining like some pop culture references with the bruh and the gaming with this really timeless kind of old world Academia collection, which I think is super fun. I am going to use this paper, which is like a brick pattern. And I'm just pulling apart about 3 different tiny little sections. I'm going to just sew them down on these edges where you see me placing them right now. And they're just going to add a pop of color to the edges and help just bring together. Well, the photo, I always take their picture on the front step. And so that one, our front steps are brick. So I liked that they kind of worked well together. I'm using these new Painter Alpha stamps by Tim Holtz to stamp the word game over. And so the title is going to be Game Over Bruh. So I thought that'd be a fun pun. So it's like a play on like, oh, your game is over, but the game is summer. Womp. So I'm pulling out a few of the laser cut pieces. Oh my God, I love their laser pieces always, but like these ones especially are so good. I love the Edison bulbs. I pulled out a few of those. I pulled out a bookshelf over there. I have also the die cut ephemera. So that's where that little tag and the little octagon or hexagon came from. Let's see, what am I doing? I'm removing the pieces now, I think, so I can go ahead and stamp. So my stamping, I'm going to do some heat embossing, which is why I removed everything from the page because I'll need to, pour the embossing powder off of the paper. So I'm using my Wow embossing pad. It's much loved. I got a little powder in a place that I didn't want it, so you see me scratching it off. And I'll also use a dry paintbrush in a minute for any powder that gets outside of where I want it to be. And it's a little wonky, but that's fine. It goes with the theme and like the distressed nature and just my overall style. So I'm using like a really nice brick colored embossing powder. It's from Wow. Sorry, I don't know the name off the top of my head and I don't have it. Let's see. I can look for it though. Let's see here. In my drawer. That's what you hear me looking through my drawer here. You know what? I'm not finding it. Oh, look, here it is. It is pomegranate, and it's one that was designed by Gwen LaFleur. And here you see me heating it up, melting the powder. Sorry, my arm got in the way of the camera, so it gets a little blurry. But I am not one that typically stamps on my background so much, like with a title anyway, because I really love dimension and stuff, but combining it with the cut file kind of helps me with that. So I sewed down with some black thread those brick pieces. So you just see me working on the edges and kind of pulling them up with my fingers. I also have found that photo frame in the die cut ephemera, so I will rough the edges up on that as well as add a little stitching around that to kind of bring the black stitching from the edges of the paper into the inside of the paper. Trying to figure out what journaling block that I want there. And I end up moving that bookcase over to the other side of his photo. I'm going to use this like chalkboard number paper to back the game because it's kind of like, oh, your game is over, bruh. Now you gotta do math. Now your game is math. Here's a calculator. And there you go. So that's kind of the final way that I put everything on there. And I go and grab my Tim Holtz like velour ribbon. I have one in the red color that kind of goes well with the embossing and with the brick paper. I'm going to rough up the edges of all my pieces and then add black ink. You can see I already did some stitching around that frame around Heath's photo. I got these new stamps. You can see them in the top left over here. They are from All in Create, and they're called like a Distress Circle Trio, and they are fabulous. If you love mixed media, the look of it maybe, but are a little nervous, they're really good for like a controlled way of getting a mixed media look. So I'm doing first and second generation stamping with this, kind of all over the page, allowing these pieces to peek out from under all of the elements I have on my page. I'm using fired brick and I think wild honey, maybe. It could also be fossilized amber. Those colors are very similar. And I love it. I love the way that it looks. It's so fun. You can just do like a partial part of the stamp too. I'm here for it. It's really fun. And even that, I'm just like barely kissing it to the page, just getting a little bit of those dots. But then I'm also, you know, if you're not into mixed media, it just scares you. Like you're not, it looks like splatter, but it's not. So a really fun way to use it. I'm going to commit now. I'm going to stick down this cut file. Again, that's from a cherry on top. I'm going to link down below with all of my affiliate links to these products and even that cut file and everything else. If you have any questions, please let me know and I can tell you where I got something or anything at all, really. I'm going to use these pop dots to stick up the little gaming piece I made. Again, that's a Switch gaming piece that I just made from like an image that I found on Google search. And then I added a few different Spiegel Mom Scrap sequins in the same colors of my page as like the little controllers and stuff, or the buttons, I guess is what I mean. The buttons, not, it is the controller. It is the console and the controller in one. So I thought that was fun, and he's a gamer, and sorry for your luck, it's over. Time to go back to school. We go back to school super early here. This year was later than normal. Last year was August 1st. This year I think it was like August 6th or 7th or something. Still really early. Still very hot. Sticking down that, I did pop that up on foam tape as well. I'm telling you, those laser cut pieces are just absolutely gorgeous. I do think that they have a very good Harry Potter vibe. They even have owls in them. So I did use them on a Harry Potter page on the Cherry on Top YouTube channel the other day. I did like a Technique Tuesday, and I used them with a Harry Potter theme page a little bit. I'm gonna do journaling there on that tag. Oh, there I have already written it out. Now I'm just doing my date stamp. This is a fun hop. Check down below in the description box as well for all of the people who are participating in the hop, and hop around and give them love. If you came here from someone else's channel, welcome, hello. If you don't already subscribe, I'd love it if you subscribed. I love these hops. This is one of my favorite ones that happens every year, and I love to see all the creations everybody makes and all the cute back to school pictures, and you can participate no matter what. So like if you don't have kids that go to school, or if you don't have kids at all, if you go to school, if you're a teacher, you know, there's always a twist to it. We're always learning, right? Anything about learning, whatever, like there's really no rules. So I wanted a few more elements around the page from the die cuts and everything, the laser cut. So I pulled out an alarm. He has to get up early, y'all. I pulled out a bell, like a school bell. I pulled out a couple of apples down there at the bottom I really liked. I did add in another sewn piece along the bottom of like the ruler. That piece actually was like a branding strip, I think. We're almost done. What am I doing? I'm just adding additional stamping around the page, popping things up on foam tape again to just fill in. I had a lot of fun. Oh, an arrow there. I'm going to add an arrow up at the top because I like that it brought in like a pop of black down there. So I'm going to put a pop over the game over, and then I'm also going to add a pencil because why not? There were two items that could fit really nicely, and add a pop of that yellow, and I'm like, yes, good. But oh wait, let's do a stamp as well because like why not? More is more in my opinion always. So I will say, you know, I'm talking about the stamping and how you can control it. I do go through and I add black splatter Mixed media does not scare me, and I love it. And honestly, the black splatter really brought it home, I think. It was just an element that I needed. The stamping is awesome, but what you'll see here in a minute, I just like put a little bit of just Just Oxide, wet it, use it as watercolor, as a splatter, and I think that adds all the difference. It added that black that's kind of pops around the page and just kind of, made it work. I added a little star down there, and then the arrow is coming up, so I'm just re-gluing it down. And then I think, here we go, we're going to splatter, and then we're going to color it. And I don't even like cover my photo or anything. I mean, you can totally, but I've done it a lot. So, and also, like, if I get a little messy, I don't really care. That's my jam. I'm a mess. I'm a hot mess. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have so much fun with this. I have another layout coming tomorrow. I'm going to participate in the hop tomorrow as well, because I got 2 kids and they both go back to school. So I'm going to do a companion piece. So they'll kind of like be the same collection. They'll be looking similar. And then I'll probably put a pocket page in between them with all the other extra photos. This is the first year they weren't in school together. It was a little heartbreaking. Thank you guys for watching. I'd love it if you'd like and subscribe. Bye, y'all.